going to come up with a white paper.
Yes, exactly.
So
that is
I remember,
how to keep it.
No, he said that people, Nigerians can know when they announce what they're about to do, but at the point of implementation, it's usually not publicized. And so we cannot really know.
If you see the implementation, you won't need anybody to tell you that it has been implemented. You get it? When there was power upsurge in the light of Naji's tenure as power minister, we didn't need many people to tell us that there was really an increase. But anecdotally, the thing has dropped. The thing has dropped. Anecdotally, I don't have the data, but I know that as anecdotally, everybody was saying, okay, the power has increased, power has increased. Anecdotally, people are saying the power has dropped.
But there was an improvement before it dropped.
There was an improvement before it dropped. That's Nigerian story.
Yeah, but he made a promise that he was going to fix power when he came in during the elections.
Yes.
And as you said, it's improved.
No, I said it improved, okay, but it has dropped again.
But
you see, you have,
at the end of the chat, he promised that by mid next year there will be stable electricity.
Well, it's just like when somebody gets a miracle, the pastor will pray that this miracle that you have today, may it remain, may this miracle remain. You don't want to give him a miracle and then the miracle is taken away from you.
But what about in terms of the political aspect of it? He talks about political corruption.
Yes.
Now we see opposing political parties win election in a number of states. He thinks that's a plus for democracy.
Yeah,
I mean, once upon a time in this country, you won't see that happen.
Yes, there was a certain leader who was talking about do or die, who promised that he will not give any room for anybody other than his party. Yeah. I agree that other parties are winning, but we want to see how that can be sustained.
But isn't that a plus for this administration?
We should not overemphasize the fact that other parties are winning. The context and the politics have to be analyzed deeply. In Edo, Oshomole won the election. There are two reasons. One, the support was so overwhelming. Two, the Edo candidate was not really a friend of the center. And Oshomole, though an ACN man, was also a friend of the center. He played his good politics. But we don't need to go that way to have a free and fair election in the state.
He had those who contested against him had friends of the center who were backing those who you say were not friends of the center.
Depends
who
on,
could pull the strings.
I agree. There are friends of the center and there are friends of the center. The friend of the center that Oshomole had was stronger than the friend of the center because the friend of the center that the other man had could not fix it.
But remember that
no
even
pun intended.
Yeah, but even before that time, as popular as the election his campaign was, and
there was still anxiety.
But
there was still anxiety.
He had to get it through the courts before this first term.
Yeah, the first term, yes. Before
so
he got the first term, yes.
In spite of all the friendship to the center and his popularity, something could have still happened which would take him back to the courts.
There was always the fear until the last minute.
Yeah, so
there was also tension until the last minute.
Yeah, but
because something that was supposed to be automatic still created challenges. We are grateful for small mercies.
So this is a plus.
This
is a plus for this government.
It's politics. It's politics. I'm not too sure I will call it a plus, but I will say that you can thank also the political gamesmanship of Oshomole for that.
But some think that they can call it a plus, or we should call it a plus, because if you look at what has happened across the country, in states where he said, the president says, look, opposing political parties are winning elections. Yes, granted, that's happening.
But how are they winning the elections?
Well, maybe another matter to look at.
But how is very important in politics.
Yes, we'll look at how also. But On the other hand, you have these opposing political parties who have won elections. Now, if you look at the local government elections, how many opposing political parties have won elections in their states? Take a look at Lagos, for instance.
Yeah.
When, you know what PDP had to go through before they won one local government.
Yes.
And even when they won it, they had to go to court together. And that, in fact, the ACN has gone back to the court to make sure they get that one local government.
That's democracy. They're going back to the court.
And so comparing it with what is happening at the other level.
What
if
it means that there is overwhelming support?
Yeah,
you want to doubt that in Lagos State, Fashola doesn't have overwhelming support? You can't doubt it.
Then, but look at the situation with the PDP. I mean, you win just one local
that one
government.
is still in the court, one local government.
Besides even Lagos, which other state conducts local government election and other opposing political parties?
Local government election. I agree. Local government election is a different ball game altogether. Local government elections generally in the country are not what they should be. I agree completely. And it is because local governments are so critical in galvanizing support for the party in the center, the center of the state. So I agree very, very well that that local government elections tend to be, for most part, robust.